Let me bring this home. Let me prove it to you. God said to Moses, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and observe to do all his commandments, I will set thee on high. And then all of these blessings shall come upon you. Why? Why are they coming? Weren't they the children of God already? Yes. So you're saying that the blessings were conditional? Yes. And what did they have to do? Obey.
Come
He
on.
says, then shall these blessings come upon you. You'll be blessed in your body, blessed in the field, blessed in your storehouses. Now, put up in there. Let's go to the curses now. So Deuteronomy 28, verse 14. Now, this one I want to turn to. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 14. Because the way he's going to start out with the curses is going to be very interesting. Because now you're going to see what generational curses entails. All right. So Deuteronomy chapter 28, and let's look at verse 14. Okay, so this is off the heels now of all of the blessings that will happen to a person if they decide to obey God, right? Now, verse 14, this is why I said to you earlier, the origin of generational curses comes through witchcraft, sorcery, serving other gods. Anyone who you see in fraternities, sororities, Freemason, Eastern Stars, Divine Nine, they have no idea they're now becoming the origin of generational curses going forward in their family. So watch this. So verse 14 now, after he's done, up to verse 13 of Deuteronomy 28 of telling them, once you obey, the blessings will come. But remember now, let's be clear in context. Who was he speaking to? The people of God. These are the people of God. But what the scripture is showing you, that them being the people of God by itself will not change the quality of their life. They have to participate in the rules that God put forth to bring about the blessing.
Yes.
So verse 14 now says, and thou, he's warning them, shall not go aside from any of the words which I command, meaning what he just said, which I command thee this day. In other words, he says, don't go to the right hand or to the left, but watch what he's going to say specifically, to go after other gods to serve them. So, God, what if I decide to go after other gods? Because you said earlier in Exodus, God, that if I serve other gods, if I serve shrines, there's a penalty. And he told you what that penalty was. He will visit the iniquities, right? So let's see what these iniquities could possibly be. In verse 15, he says, but it shall come to pass if you do not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these what? All these curses shall come upon thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in thy field, cursed shall thou be in the storehouses, so on and so forth. But there's a part in here, I can't remember exactly right now, but there's a part that you get to, because from verse 16 all the way to verse 60 something is all of the curses. So watch this. This is what makes it so beautiful. So in a part, I can't remember the exact verse in Deuteronomy 28, but he says that he will allow these diseases to come upon you. All of this because of the curses and your disobedience. And one of those diseases he mentioned was emeralds, right? So when you look up the word emerald, it'll give two meaning. One of the meaning is hemorrhoids, but one of the original meanings is it means tumors that cannot be healed. And tumors that cannot be healed, Abednego, is cancer. And most people who are afflicted with witchcraft, they end up with cancer. So when you see a bloodline, where that bloodline is cancer-ridden, especially when each generation the cancer becomes worse, meaning that the life expectancy of the individuals in that bloodline probably won't live to see 30, won't live to see 25.
Yes.
He goes on to say in verse 30, he says, you will build houses, but other people will live in it, meaning that the curse that's upon you, you are able to achieve, but never to enjoy. In that same verse, he says, and you will betroth a wife, and other men will sleep with her. Why is it that everybody in my bloodline, everybody cheats on us? Every one of our husbands or wives, go out there and have another relationship or divorce. What I'm saying to you, because God says, I will visit the iniquity, I will give these spirits the right to not only go through your bloodline, but you will see a consistency of negativity. So if you want to be a fool and sit back and say, well, I heard you, but I don't subscribe to generational. That on you, bro. I am not gonna argue with you. I am not gonna debate you. I don't do that on you. It's the same as salvation. If I share salvation with someone and they choose not to go with it, I cannot get mad. I shouldn't be berating them and telling them how stupid they are. Leave them alone. I will continue to pray for you that your eyes will be open because I know what the source is. There's a spirit upon you, a spirit of ignorance that's not allowing you to see the light of the glorious gospel.
Yes. And